Oi, oi. Happy late Flatterday, which is a Tuesday. The day you choose what you're going to do the rest of your life. Good to see you all, guys. Absolutely awesome post lined up for you today. I just want to say a big shout to Dwight in chat just now. Give me an awesome super of a 10. So massive, big appreciation to that, Dwight. Really, really fantastic. And I will pay you back by splattering your Brian all over the place right now. The next hour. You will enjoy it. So yeah, lots going on, guys. I didn't go live on Flatterday, as you know. I went off down to my son's boat, just get away from like the sucky vibe on YouTube, basically, and work on my what's important is the truth at the end of the day, and that's where I align myself with the truth and the truth of what we're finding out here in this. So today I'm going to present the continuation of a saga, if you like, a disclosure, if you like, and an unveiling of what happened in the past, the real history that was completely erased. And I'm in the position that I'm going to roll it out to you, and I'm going to blow all your minds doing it, and it is a great pleasure. So how all this got together? Well, think tanking. This is all like all of us having a big brain off and getting to the juicy information. So yeah, this one today prompted by Scott, who's Spellerine in chat, who prompted me with this beginning in an email, which prompted me to write my script for my vlog, which is really brilliant. And thanks, Scott Spellerine. Have you got any more Radiohead? 432. Wow, that sounded so good. The bends in 432. I was like, oh my God. It's like the first time I've ever listened to Radiohead. Fucking brilliant. Thank you so much. Romanian Bear, let's give you a few shouts, you awesome people. Thank you, Romanian Bear, my awesome brother. Love you. Jeffrey. And there you are, my mate Spellery. We're gonna listen, I tell you what, it blew my head off, man. I couldn't get over all the all them harmonics going on. You don't get it on the normal record. 432. Shit, certainly brings out the real music. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, awesome start to the show tonight. Things are meant to be as they're meant to be. And that's how I feel about today. Coffee, hippie shakage. So yeah, it's going to be one of those roller coasters. I'm not going to overly do it because I'm going to try to be more precise with the information. Old world cryptid Carolinas. Yeah, let's do it. You ready? You up for this? Are you sitting comfortably? You may need to be. Hector, good to see you. Stay strong. I've got armor of gold around me. Spiritual gold. Because it's doing a good thing. So, do you like my thumbnail? My backdrop. That's what the Cheshire Cat's smiling about. You know it. It's in Wonderland. DN, good to see you. So that's where we're going to go tonight. We're going to have a trip deep down the rabbit hole, actually, to the other side of the ice wall, the Antarctica ice wall, where I think there are hidden lands. And it's all ongoing, and a story that is ongoing. And this saga, what I'm going to be presenting tonight is going to be ongoing. Dwight Vanderpool, thank you so much. So make sure to subscribe, share this video, because, I got a feeling that, eventually when the word gets out, that everybody's going to want to hear. Kim, good to see you as well. Kimmy. So how are you all feeling? Feeling groovy? That's what we do here. That's how we roll. Right. So yeah, I'm going to give a few people shouts. I was on a hangout yesterday, and going to give that guy a shout. And we're going to get a FE meet together. Is happening in Venice, in Italy, next month. So that's going to be fantastic for anybody who's going. Somebody was just saying, it's pretty pricey from Ireland. Yeah, you need to go on Skyscanner or Kiwi, man, because they're dirt cheap. If you get them right, and don't let the tracker get hold of you. because it puts the ticket price up. If you don't, make your mind up and piss around, the tracker gets older you and it goes up in price. So there's little hacks, like do it on a Tuesday morning. There's a good one for you. So, Dale W, good to see you. And Nick. So yeah, I am Carrios. Good to see you, my brother. You need some airships. Listen, you're going to love this, brother. Personal airships would be wonderful. I think they did have Kimmy in the past, So we're going to open up your minds, your imagination to what this place is, because we literally limit ourselves to what has really been going on. And believe you me, it is just so fantastical and massive that it's the biggest story that hasn't really been told until now. Gareth Atkinson, good to see you. And Lemonin Woman, good to see you. 69, oh, good number that is. And Kubich. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love life. What are you gonna do? It's only a game. Don't take everything so seriously. Monica is an awesome subject today. I've got images to elaborate what I'm going to be talking about. We'll start you. This is what Scott sent me, Spellery. So I've expanded upon it, obviously. Ice wall invaders. We're going to talk about mud flood and Tartaria, how all of this went down. The whole narrative in here tonight, guys. Just brace yourself, because you won't have heard this in any one narrative anywhere before. So the Tartarian civilization that was completely erased from time, not that long ago, okay, ancient, they call it. They were like gods. They were like gods. And what they called Tartarian was a worldwide Eden, a true golden era. The Tartarians, they were sovereign, they were artistic, musical, they were spiritual beings. What happened to the Tartarians? To be erased. And before the Tartarians, the Aetherians. And I got a sneaking suspicion that loads more before then in these reset cycles. These are the only two that we can pick up on right now. So I'm going to give you some images to go through it. It's going to be really good, and I hope you enjoy. But I'm going to not piss around, because there's so much to get through, and it's best to just strike while the iron's hot, like that. Break your mum's back. Woohoo. Murphy's Law. Woohoo. Whisper Jack. Woohoo. Dolly Brooks. Woohoo. So, here we go, walking down the street, get the funniest laughter. Everyone, Ghost Rider. Everyone we meet. Hey, hey, where the... You're singing that in your room now. Wow. It's mind controlled you. With monkeys. So, can you see me? Hiya, Erno. Good to see you. Wiggly flat thumbs, my brother. Erno van Ziben. Today I am Marticus von Volva. I like to see your Volva. Dale, good to see you. There's a nice Volva you're driving. We're going to start here anyway. Just get into the business, the juice of it all. We're going to start with the Phoenicians, the Phoenician invasion of this place. Oh, God, did they ever? Didn't they have a big gel on? They were very, very jealous of our civilization, I feel. Anyway, the hidden architects of history. Let me just show you how they decorate buildings after the takeover. Very strange. Or ever-present Tauruses and seashells in all of their iconography and engravings. They are dark, sinister, and they took over. Okay, well, the Tartarians weren't like that. I'm going to show you that. So they were the hidden architects. Now, what if the Phoenicians weren't just ancient traders, as the historical narrative portrays, but they came from beyond the ice wall, which we have long since suspected, because I have actual maps that suggest that the Phoenicians came from over the ice wall, and I definitely think that there's land over the ice wall. So a civilization so advanced, okay, that they manipulated world history, erasing the Aetherians and then later the Tartarians, okay, And they repurposed their knowledge for their own empire. And it is the biggest cover up in history because they also covered a lot of the buildings with their high strangeness. These Phoenicians, really creepy, weird Phoenicians. This is a good example of the cover up, is these buildings here in Brussels. And you can see that these buildings didn't ordinarily, these were merchants' buildings, have all of this ornate decoration all around them. That came later, after the takeover of Tartaria and the rewrite of their history as well, which has been leaked in a CIA document that has been pushed around in the last few years, along the same narrative as of that. So, over the ice wall, I think that there wasn't always ice in what they call Antarctica, and probably isn't now in the modern day. Wherever they go or wherever they show you is a small section. I think beyond there it gets into warmer lands, further out, just other lands. And I feel as well that this era that we're going through right now is a melt of a way through which they couldn't have before because of the ginormous, thousands of miles long, apparently extended ice wall elevated from the sea. So what if the reason the world has changed so much and there's something really bigger going on is because the people who are over on the other side of that ice wall are communicating something to us? So the ice wall. Now there's different ideas out there, Nosferandum and other ideas. You can see there's giant carving going on in some of these photographs and passageways through this, which Captain Cook said there was an ice wall all the way around the main continent. So going on this, could you see? Yeah. So as you can see, there is a distinct possibility that I think there's land in the middle and other land elsewhere as well. They just we can't go where we want. This place is just locked down and some crazy control trip. Outside of this is the ice wall. You can see gateways going through and extended other continents. And they could have mined this center bit and took all the land to make some of these places, like they did with Dubai, to steal our world to make other places. So we're going to propose that the Phoenicians came from a part of this area and that they didn't come in wooden ships. They came in a type of submarine, or possibly balloons too. So there's a Nosferandum idea, but that's a lot of speculation and people tiring with the moon map, which I'm not a great advocate of because that's just no. So I saw. So there is a map here. I've got a couple of others as well, but this one's the best at elaborating what I'm trying to say. So the Phoenicians here, I know that people say, oh, right, that's the Levant, isn't it? UN NATO map, yeah, Omniga, yeah, but I haven't been in the UN to see that map. Only a couple of images online, so I can't really substantiate shit. Yeah, so that's what go on is what I can experience. So anyway, that's why I don't go with the official books they give you guys, because it's controlling information. History's been rewritten, and it's by other people with a nasty ass agenda to keep us away from getting to the knowledge, which I'm about to spill the beans about. Let's keep repeating their bullshit, shall we, forever, and then we'll see how far we get as a species in our spiritual evolution. Yeah, right. Fucking nowhere, because they know what it's all a dead end street with it all. So there's a way through the ice wall down by Piera del Fuego, right down far south here. They show you in this map, all the way through to probably the other side, but there's no ice present. You don't get any ice in the Urbano Monte map. You don't get any ice in the P.S. Reese maps that Graham Hancock got famous for showing. And, well, no, he was well famous before that, wasn't he? But you can see here clearly Phoenicia. So Phoenicia even looks like the Delta as well, similar to like what looks like the Euphrates and the Tigris, the two main rivers they got as well. Like everything's just repeated. So Terra Sanctum, a sanctuary. Okay, so I think they came from over here, and not only did they come from over the ice wall, they brought their architectural styles and tastes with them. So, like the Greco-Romano buildings and everything like that, and the cover up of Tartaria with the, you know, the classical revival or whatever you want to call it, is what it looks like in the land where they came from. You know, the land of Phoenicia, the Phoenicians. Okay, so I think that they came in these things. I'm not altogether sure if they are totally human. Very strange thing happening. But I've seen many images on Phoenician old engravings of whales, really strange types of whales, these whales. And then there's just people sat on the back. I got one image, it's in a book over there, of St. Benedictine sat on the back of this giant with his other churchy people, sat on the back of a whale. And other images like Jonah and the whale. Excuse me, is it Jonah and the whale? Yeah. So he gets swallowed by a whale, doesn't he? He says, right? And he says that there's all ribs inside, like, yeah, like the inside of the fucking submarine that you're in. No shit. And the narrative for the Nautilus as well, like he's an Arab, isn't he? Captain Nemo. Well, there's code in that as well. And then Captain Nemo's invented this like super futuristic vessel, you know, that H.G. Wells talks about in like late 1800s, but it's got like, you know, an infinite power source and, you know, all of this sort of narrative of advanced technologies. So I feel that they came in submarines and advanced submarines, not to do with ships in the old world, and they used them to go back whence they came. So Tartaria, Tartaria, it's okay. All is not lost. This is the good bit of this movie. So I'll get back to my script. Okay. So they came, I think, in submarines, and they used a, like I just suggested with the Nautilus, a lost energy form, which is suggested in so much of the old books, allowing them to cross the frozen barrier and eventually come here and reshape our world. So we can see what Tartaria was like, these completely spiritual beings with blue landing technologies, because their transport was balloons, and Antiquitech fitted because they were versed in the ways of free energy, anti-gravity, if you want to call it that, and the science of somatics, harmonics as well, that they were very versed in. And it was put into form, musical architecture, actually. So they didn't just conquer the lands, the Phoenicians. God, no, they rewrit time itself. So we're on a fake timeline. You've seen this with the anomalies, with the dates, and, you know, some of the calendar switches, Gregorian, Julian, and you know the score. Anyway, so we don't really know when we are, because they hijacked time itself, ensuring that their version of history became the most dominant narrative that everyone keeps repeating, which is not the real story. So it was the great rewrite. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. Buckle up. It's not going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be lovely. Okay. So, anti-gravity has been talked about. H.G. Wells and other Victorian people have talked about floating cities that can rise, and you can see that on some like steel plates if you like, but zero G or anti-gravity, if you like, technologies, which I definitely think that they had. So the Phoenicians stole the Etherean, and following that, the Tartarian legacy. Then they mastered free energy. Okay. They mastered free energy, anti-gravity, and harmonics, as I said. So balloons, if you wanted to do what I'm going to suggest, like a exodus, these balloons hold up to 8,000 people. I got ones that hold 16,000, apparently. So let's think about Tartaria and its unbelievable flotilla. I mean, this flotilla made D-Day, D-Day look smaller. Okay. So the Phoenicians' existence was threatened by Tartaria. So its cities were dismantled, more or less. Some of them stayed intact, the ones that they used. And their history was completely rewritten. So everything that you thought you knew was complete bullshit. Unless you're going to pick up a book in a library, read that, and think that's how things went on. Good luck. Because it's a bigger story, a much bigger. Now, this is where it gets good. All was not lost. There was a Tartarian resistance against the oppression of the Phoenicians, which there sort of is in the modern day. Here's another one of those examples, excuse me a second, of the Phoenician submarines carrying vast amounts of people disembarking. Okay, so there was a secret faction of Tartarians, descendants of the Athenians, which had the technology, but they escaped the purge. The purge and the eradication of a civilization that was carried out by the watery wickedness of the Phoenicians. Right, retreating to vast tracts of land, okay, in the steppe, which is now called Tartaria. After 2 centuries or more, the Tartarians began to rebuild the lost civilization that was destroyed into glittering palaces again with free energy, using cymatic and harmonics and resonance technologies, sound-based construction, and of course, free energy technologies, which is what it's all about, and they don't want you to have it. So they rebuilt these grand cities, monumental palaces, okay? And then the Phoenicians got a bee in their bonnet, so to speak, about their comeback, the Tartarian comeback. They became a very, very powerful force indeed, although they were spiritual and peaceful. So the Phoenicians did what they do best. They caused a mud flood. They caused a mud flood, burying all the cities. See this tower here? This is supposed to have fallen in 1902. They've put the Cornelius in with it. I'm going to be going to the top of that to take long distance shots. If anyone's going to go, take a P1000 and a P900 with you so we can do long distance shots. Absence of curvature. So I think that there was an exodus, a large flotilla of Tartarians that escaped the purge. And I think they're possibly still over there now. And I think they're the ones that are communicating all this information. And I think this ideal, this Tartarian spiritual way of life is going to return. There is stacks of suggestions in, this is a Punch magazine actually, so it's satirical, but they show you between France and England, they were talking about invading the country using balloons. So even in the 1700s, there's a suggestion that you can invade a country using balloons, or get out of the country using balloons. Balloons that got decks like this and thousands of people on them. They can safely travel across. If there is ice, that's fine too, because I have evidence here that they can fly across ice in air balloons, because they did it in this Norwegian expedition. Ships that look something like this. And look at the age of these balloons as well, with these 1700 sort of carriages. Just craziness. And as you know, the Tartarians carried on, and they carried on with this up until about the up until the Hindenburg, isn't it, in the 1920s. And that put an end to the Tartarian age of balloons. But you can see loads of evidence of Seattle and New York and other cities where the transport was indeed balloons. You could use them for catching things as well, which is a really interesting concept. If you're looking for catching something that's coming at you through the sky, and then you just put a net up. I like that idea. Anyway, the mud flood. They caused an almighty mud flood. Let me just show you some more images of levitating cities. I think that they definitely could have got out of you using this sort of technology. Also, there's an idea of have you seen the film Mortal Engines? Cities that roll along on big tank tracks. Well, that would be ideal for the steppe. For the the steppe is a vast place, but I definitely think there was an exodus because they purged all of it. So this is what Tesla's vision was wireless, radio controlled towers that could communicate and, like battle ready, synchronize everybody a bit like AWAC does. And, the balloons had weaponry. They had Fache's technologies as well. Balloons can destroy cities, as we have found out on this channel. So, yeah, this is the depiction as well, which blows a couple of narratives away, of an invasion of England. I don't know which way, actually, who's invading who, but it looks like the English are about to invade the French. Maybe. But it's showing you that they're using kites, they're using balloons for invasion of other countries. It's star thoughts either side, which is really interesting. And also, under the channel, they're taking an army when the channel tunnel wasn't supposed to be completed till like 1990. So how is this image even possible? I don't even know. So yeah, it would have looked a bit like this, I feel, but I feel they would have had maglev cars. I can't imagine, like, cars haven't shifted at all, have they, in the last 100 years? It's just stupid. And they've got uglier and blander. Yeah, I imagine the Exodus to just look just like this. Let's get down, because they found out there was Club Tropicana where the drinks are free. They found out that they could settle it, new lands. That's the whole point of what they've been doing, is to hide the hidden lands from us. Can you imagine what would happen if everyone found out there was more land and others? Can you imagine the shift in the paradigm? All struggling for the fucking narrative, aren't they? Have you seen it? Oh, Jesus, yeah. They want Jeebus, okay? They want religion to come back, the other narrative. They're pushing towards fucking all is a simulation, which it very possibly is. But when you think about it, you got to go internal. You got to go you got to go inside. That's where the answers are. And then it reflects out, because the world's a mirror, man. Yeah, Mortal Engines. I always fancied that as a reality. When it first came out, the movie, everyone was fucking messaging me, Matt, you got to see Mortal Engines. It's all Tartarian stuff. It was like, no shit, it was. It was just covered in Tartarian stuff. So yeah, can you imagine that on the steppe? That'd be very useful, wouldn't it? You see all remains of a civilization there. So I really like that idea, and it would be doable, especially with their advanced technologies. And it was like later steampunky in the apocalyptic era. So yeah, so there were some survivors, I reckon, from the steppe, to probably even to today. But the rest, they went elsewhere. Look at this, though. This French invading England. And they show you these windmills carry 60,000 men and 600 cannon in antiquity. The invasion has always been going on, guys. I'm in a country that's been invaded 600 years, 700 years ago, and they haven't fucked off yet. Everyone's just like, oh, yeah, let's carry on. Hey ho. It's like, no, fuck right off with that. Wales will never let go. Ooh. Oh, it makes my blood boil to think about it. So, and it's more than being nationalistic. It's not about that, guys. Wales is a very magical and mystical place, and all the answers are here. So that's why I was put here in the first place. So, yeah, I imagine them going like this, the Tartarians, or Phineas Fogged, like Phineas Fogg, Around the World in 80 Days. Yes, check that film. And I think they used balloons definitely for architecture. For the assembling, as you can see, of an obelisk here. They're using a Zeppelin, which makes perfect sense. You a couple of them, you could definitely lift big weights. And I think people were just flying around. I really do. I think that's what was happening with people. They had just, anti-grav technologies, and they just needed, you've seen those magnificent men in their flying machines, people flapping their arms and sinking like a lead balloon. Well, in this case, it doesn't happen because they have some sort of technology that keeps them afloat, you see. And look at this for another weird date anomaly, J786. And this guy is in a really attractive balloon with his horse and cat getting about in your world. So yeah, the Nord, this is from the New York Times, an article about a balloon that went over the Arctic, the North Pole Arctic. Nord safe in Alaska after 71-hour flight forced down by fog and ice forming on the ship. Crossed the North Pole, found no land, no new land. It's like, well, we didn't ask. Why the fuck are you telling us that like it's a thing? Weird, isn't it? What a thing to say. But it proves, all right, they did pick up ice and stuff, so they say, but did it cross it? So they say. So it proves that air balloons could exist in a stinky cold environment. All you can do is fly lower. God, planes fly at like 30, 40 below. They don't conquer. It makes no sense. So yeah, age of Tartaria. Look at the buildings. Fantastic. And all the balloons just coupling up. Whew. Must have been a golden time. I think this goes way back. Let's have a look at some examples of these old crazy craft that were in the sky with no propellant in this one exactly, but you've got two strange orbs in this thing here. So whatever's making that little airship, because they are ships, float, it's beyond me. So yeah, look at these, they're just ships. They are really real ships that float in the sky. Love that. Look, real ships. Obviously, this is a generated image, but it gives you an idea of what I'm thinking was going on before. So yeah, the Nazis definitely knew about what was going on in Antarctica because they went to New Swabia, didn't they? And there's all that caper then with Admiral Byrd, as we all know about. Whoa, Tartarian truth. Oh, brother. Oh, quite. You're so awesome. Much love, Martin. There's a story, folklore at Crystal Palace. I shit you not. That's my next images. I'm showing Crystal Palace on no. I'm not even joking. The UK destroyed by a Zeppelin, crashed by secret society. Oh, well, guess what images I'm about to show? I'm about to show you destroyed Crystal Palace. How's that for a synchronicity? It's entirely in truth. Oh, thanks. Much love, brother. Really do appreciate that. And thanks for all you do as well. It's okay. Really good. Super smart, super kind. Okay, so the Nazis, they definitely knew what was going on down there, didn't they? Because they had a way through, apparently. The narrative is they found a way through in New Swabia to other lands. Apparently, there's a narrative that Hitler went there after World War II. But everyone knows Hitler lives in the moon. Yeah, we've all seen Iron Sky. He lives in the moon with Nazi zombies, doesn't he? Duh. So, no, that might not be true. So they had submarines too, you see, because this is the way to go. So they had technologies in Zeppelins that we've established on this channel. Like, in the First World War, they had Zeppelins with what essentially are laser beams coming out, melting buildings and causing destruction. Some sort of high energy weapon being exhibited like 120 years ago. But balloons can also be used. Apparently, this one's flying a really bright light that can illuminate an army. So that's really cool as well. There's so many permeations with these balloons. They are absolutely fantastic. So let me just juggle these a second. Mud floods. So the Phoenicians caused a mud flood. Check this out. This is a brilliant sort of gives you a mindscape of what I'm trying to say. You could see these giant palaces that were built, and then the Phoenicians bring in all of these statues and weirdness, which wasn't there already. And you can see some sort of really bad events happen, a cataclysm, trees are all busted, mud sky high, and the existence of that old world, which definitely got destroyed. There's no doubt about it. Just look into antiquity. All ancient civilizations have disappeared off the face of the earth. Take a pick. Fucking Hittites, fucking Hebrews, any of them. They're all gone. Where did they go? The Phoenicians, the mystical, mysterious, one of two sea peoples. Phoenicians. So, yeah, they buried the world. Okay. So, just going to conclude this little bit here. So, the ruins that they left have just been forgotten, but the remnants are still here for us to investigate. These old buildings, you can see, these are all over antiquity. These are everywhere, in every city. That makes zero sense. I've asked architects about it, guys. They say, no, it was in vogue at the time. It's like, what, in the Georgian time, as well as the Victorian and any Edwardian. It doesn't make no sense, mister. And he was like, yeah, feel a bit stupid now I said that. It's like, yeah, no shit. So, suggesting an advanced mainstream will never, ever admit to any of this mud flood. You know, the evidence that we've seen for years on end is a copious amount of mud being removed from cities. This one, for example, this is Bunker Hill in Boston. There was a huge mound, but the mound was a burial mound. Who even knows? But what was on top of it was a giant monument of the old world. So what do? They remove this entire Bunker Hill. Like they removed the mound in Boston. When they did it with St. Louis, they did it with Kansas. St. Louis, Mound City, full of mounds. See these mounds? So it was mud. And they dug it all up and they removed it all and put it somewhere for the building of St. Louis. And Kansas City. Same story. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I mean, the house or the mud? Because I've worked in buildings for years, and you know, you need things called cofferdams, retaining walls to stop mud falling in and killing somebody. You do not put a fucking 50-foot high load of shitty mud up against a house. And I'll tell you something else you don't do either. You don't build a house into 50 foot of shitty mud either. So the only thing that I can think is happening is the building was there already and the mud come later. Do you think? So the true purpose of resets is what I'm going to get at. The true purpose of resets. So it's not just to control the populations. It's not just that at all, guys. It's to erase the knowledge that will free humanity. All of us. Everyone. Even the simpler folk that can't wake up because they can't see beyond the mind control. They too will be able to accept the knowledge. And the knowledge will set everybody free. What do you think of that? Tartaria, coming to save it all. And Tartarian truth was just in there as well. So yeah, this is supposed to be in Texas. This building is supposed to be a Texas wall or something, but you can see this, what looks like flat brick, flat stones. And all of this civilization is all under the ground, under the mud. You can see. You know, to me, mud floods are given. I don't have to dig too deep. You know, what they used to say in the old days to people when you were getting somewhere to live, they say, yeah, I'm getting digs. He's like, yeah, you're getting digs because you got to go and fucking dig it out. Digs, you know, because they were full of mud. Digs were full of mud. So they dug them out. There's that Texas wall again. Yeah. So many anomalies out of antiquity. This one's, we just don't know what it is. But it's from that old world, advanced technologies, way beyond us. This is in India. You can see pillars here, and all of this was ground level, and all of this was below ground level because it had been mud flooded in. The Phoenicians caused a mud flood reset because they are masters of water. Call it Noah's flood if you like. Oh, excuse me, I went the wrong way. But I've had no doubts about mud flood. That one's a given. You could just so many examples. And this old world is just ruined. You know, the remnants are everywhere for us to see. Is it built by giants? How are they doing this shit? Seamless joints. Wow, man, it must be fucking made of some special material. Wow. Especially Baalbek. That's one of the biggest mind blows that is for me. Because they say it was built by Cain, who's a giant. Which I'm not disputing. But it's just a classical building, and it's just massive. It's just massive. All taken out. These things are all over antiquity as well. Silence is golden, golden, says Erica Red. Yeah, it is. It is golden. That's why I'm doing the observing mode and being quieter. That's what I'm doing. It's good for you. So yeah, I just shared some images from Mudflood. So where am I at? Okay. So yeah, let's just to finalize this piece of the vlog. I'm going to continue with this on my next post. I just don't want to do it all in this one because this is a saga that's unfolding. If you want to find out what's going to be going on, yeah, make sure to subscribe to my Leaker channels. Okay, you can see the weird Phoenicians, can't you? Oh my God, did they left themselves and their society that they left? Sure, now it's the Babylonian death cult. It's all about vanity and consumerism and all of that fucking capitalistic, repugnant wank that I personally cannot stand. I'm much more for the spiritual, human experience myself, guys. You know, you could have all the bucks in the world, man, and then you just meet beautiful people, and it's worth truckloads, man. You just, and then you could have all them truckloads, and you wouldn't meet them beautiful people. What would be the fucking point? You know, I think this is like, I'm just passing through. I'm not really angry anymore. I've noticed. Somebody said in my comments, "You're not angry anymore since you went to America, Matt." I'm like, I'm not. I'm not half as angry as I was because I have let it be. I know all of the ails of the world and the things that are going on, but they're not in my immediate perception, guys. And I don't want to drag myself down being an empath into a dark place of, oh my God, the terrible things that are happening in the world constantly with all of my life. So I've come to a point now where I'm like, okay, if I don't like, you know, sort of live in fear and all of the bad things going on in the world in my head, then I can think about like truth stuff and doing this and groovy things and feel really good about myself, which is what I've been doing. And it's so sucky on the internet. Oh my God. Wee, wee, what about me? I want in and all. Give it to me, give it to me. Fucking hell. I can't believe this is a place of like actual adults. It's mind-boggling. This is supposed to be in Japan. It's hotel like a Tartarian hotel. It's a real freaky thing, isn't it? It's mad. It's like a boat on top, actually. I've seen loads of buildings that look like ships, citizen ships. So we did propose that once years ago that, you know, the Phoenicians brought giant ships in and just like literally put them into static, you know, like into concrete or into wood, like in Venice, because all of that is supposed to be built on like big, I don't know, oak beams. It's just mind blowing to think that they got giant basilicas and giant buildings like that, all on thousands and thousands of wooden beams. And they threaten it. They're like, it's going to sink, don't they? Yeah, here's another clue, guys. See these things here, the plaques that we show. What is the point in doing a, you know, a facade of decoration and just leaving the plaque completely empty? You know, maybe it did have something in there, you know, and it's just been replaced or just whitewashed history, you know. Glad to be among the 666. Say that with a lisp. 666. So yeah, this is what they've done with the place, as you can see, and it's weird as well because the stuff at the you know, the really juicy stuff is on top of the buildings, and you can't see them from ground level. So what would be the point? So you would have been up higher because you would have been able to fly around in your anti-gravity technology and had a beautiful Tartarian balloon to drop you off at your destination. There. You don't even have to climb upstairs. Yeah, that is going on. So I had a dream back about 3 weeks ago, and I seen a building that looked identical to this. It looked exactly like it was in America. Elon Musk's skyscraper. It's like, you know, it's a cross between Phoenician and Art Deco thing going on. He got it's a bit gothic, and I was like this, and I saw it. It was like, fuck me, I dreamt about that building. It's really weird. Maybe I get to see it. Who even knows? Sometimes I dream things and I see them later, buildings especially, and weird things like street fucking corners. I don't know why that keeps happening. I'd be standing on a corner, I'd never been there before in my life, and I'd be like, oh, right, fucking hell. And it's not like deja vu. It's like, I've fucking seen this in a dream. Was that even possible, guys? It's just so full of shit on what they tell us this place is. It's fucking mind-boggling. The history, Jesus fucking Christ almighty, the shit that they believe. Anything that the controller tells them. I see me, I'm not as trusting as other people, especially with controller information, especially with the state of the fucking world and the whole of humanity being enslaved and controlled. Yeah. So like, yeah. Oh, this is a special kind of Stockholm syndrome, is I'll take your information from you too. As sanctum. As a narrative. Somebody? See, I don't do that, because I'm like, I've got no trust of the controllers. Or their mechanism is clear to me now. Free soul hippie. Whatever you want, whatever you like. I used to love that track from Whatever You Want, Status Quo. Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. Oh, Pavlov Sheep, good to see you. Antarctica Treaty is ending, isn't it? Let's have a little look at that. Yeah, expires 2048. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It won't even matter because the world's being edited real time. In about a week, you won't even remember any of that, or in a year or something. I really do think we're being edited real time, especially when troops slap the world and things that haven't been sent before sort of break the internet. I've noticed. I noticed a lot of stuff. Ooh. Excuse me. So who made the fucking decision to do these plastic things to poke you in the nose? Who makes the decisions for all of it? So we have loads more juice to go. So we're living in the short season. That's another repeated narrative. Jabba's Justice, and one of those ones, shit out of nowhere. Jeffrey Bailey. I think there's so many narratives and fights for the narrative going on at the moment that nobody is willing to find the real story. Well, that's where I come in. King Johnson. Clown shoes. Marticus von what? Sharting. Okay, we'll let that one. That sounds okay. Somebody said Nitram last week, which is my name in reverse. It's like Nitram. I was like, fuck me, I'm heard that for years. Do not use name in vain, yo. Sounds like someone's telling me what to do again. Glenn, good to see you, my brother. Hippie. Blasphemer! I'm not, though. Am I? I said nothing. So what are we saying about the Phoenicians? Yeah, they suck, don't they? The Phoenicians were all suckling up Satan's... Yeah, I think I'll get the whole fucking message on that one. Thank you for that. Bugman, good to see you. That sucker's got a skyscraper. Yeah, man, apparently. They all got skyscrapers, these, these super criminals, haven't they? He's Lex Luthor. Don't you watch reality? Oh, thank you, new guy. Yes, we've got more images to go, images of the day, and loads of things to think about, and loads of pretty things. So, ooh, lovely Erica, what's she saying? Ooh, she's lovely. Erica, I snapped a pic of Pecos Historical Monument, New Mexico. Yeah, I've been there. New Mexico after a rainstorm, and you've got to figure out to send it to you. Just mattleague@gmail.com. Just stop me that image. Yeah, man, I had an amazing time there. Fucking hell, that was like, it was so old. It was unbelievable. So I'm being sarcastic. Everything is all where I live, see? So yeah, that had been built relatively recently. Robin! I love. Good to see you. I seen you over in Viker's chat the other day. I do watch old Viker. There's only a few places I go, and I'll show you where I go, because I like real people. I can't watch AI fucking videos. It does my head in. Oh my god, that fucking god. It's all rubbish always. So nothing to learn there. Onward. So somebody asked me where I get all my images, because nobody can search images on Google anymore. Well, luckily enough, I made an archive and been saving them for donkey's years. So I have hundreds of thousands of my own images to search, and 2 photo drops. Now, 1 photo drop has 25,000 images on it, but it's been fucking bastardized. And what I mean by this is one of the people who are on it has literally, because this is supposed to be for ancient antiquity, put all of his personal snaps on there, children's tea parties and things, which is not really what we're doing. So that is really annoying, because there's 25,000 pics on there that are very useful, and they can't even really use them now. So photo drop is for antiquity, not family snaps. If you don't mind, thanks. Because there's no archives left, and we find it difficult to find stuff. I've got thousands of images, like 200,000 images, and then photo drops, probably. Gifted 10 Martin Leaker memberships, TW. I don't know what it means, but it sounds fucking epic. What if volcano blows so hard it hits the dome off? Ooh, Etna. Yeah, man. Then we can just like bum rush heaven, take all their groovy stuff. It's like, what you got? We've got. I got brown paper bag. Give me a weed. Where's your maidens? Like, I don't think we have any. This is heaven. Have you not seen the Vatican? Oh yeah, all right. Don't worry. Marcel, good to see you. It's all done in the best possible taste. Jan Simpson. Yeah, I know. It's because I'm a human being. I might have been cloned, though. I was discussing this with my mate Chris last night on his Discord server. And he's like, no, man, I don't think that's even possible. I was like, no, I don't even think it's possible either. Not the cloning ain't a thing. I definitely think that's going down. I'm just too annoying. It makes no sense. But I don't look nothing like the Martin from years ago. I was going to do a flat 10 years in flat earth video and show you my first videos, but when I watched it, I was so embarrassed. I thought I can't show that in public. I literally, on my first video, hit my glasses off, and you won't understand a word I'm saying because I'm speaking fluent Welsh, apparently. Sounds like, anyway, speaking like fluent Cardiff. Be a guy. But now you can understand me, because I've been traveling and been to America, and now I sound a bit American and shit. You can all understand me groovily. It's awesome. Yeah, Nimrod. I don't know about that. It sounds big. Farticus. Farticus the Spartacus. Morning, Marticus. Rob, good to see you, my friend. Okay. Crappy Kimchi's having a giggle. Okay, let's get into some images. Obviously, I'm not doing any anything with any breasts in it or anything like that in my art collections or anything anymore, because YouTube doesn't really approve of art, I'm finding. So we're going to cut that out. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, I got to replace a link in chat for CBD. Apparently it's broke. Okay, let's move on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. How many have I got? I got nearly 700 people in chat. Evening, Chris. Okay, all feel groovy. Okay, yeah, let's be 60s groovy. You know, like really groovy and feeling all really cool about ourselves. Isabella, 16 Pavlov. What are you saying? I always like what you say. Ooh, 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 ooh. And one reason I love participating in your live streams is because it proves there are folks just as batshit crazy as me. Well, there you go, mate. Listen, I'm not always the weirdest person in the room. Okay. Not every time. So let's move on. We're going to look at images now, guys, of antiquity. I digged up some photos really early, 1870s, of what is the Roman port of Ostia. So Porto and Ostia, just on the coast away from Rome, were apparently the ports for the city of Rome in ancient times. But I got photographs of what a steel would have looked like, which is really, really interesting. The blitzed world. But first, if Tartarian Truthage is in chat, I got some images of Crystal Palace. It's crazy you mentioned that. And the destruction of Crystal Palace is just a crazy narrative, and other anomalies, actually, that I will show you. Okay. So this year looks like, I know it looks like the Eiffel Tower, doesn't it? But it's not. It was a giant mast tower that looked like the Eiffel Tower. They used to be in Wembley, part of Wembley exposition, if you like. And they literally were starting to build, look, an Eiffel Tower. Now, we know there's one in Blackpool. We know there was a giant one in the Wirral as well. But, yeah, look at the size of this thing. Out in Wembley, all of this is all like built over now. I used to work in Wembley and live in Wembley when I was young, and that's what it looked like in Wembley Park. Now they got the giant stadium there and everything, haven't they? And the arena, pool. But yeah, giant, basically antenna, isn't it? Antiquity, and look at it. So we were building our own Eiffel Tower here for I think for Tartarian communications and technologies. And it would have looked exactly like that. British Eiffel Tower. Gone. So there is Sydenham in South London, where they put that great exposition. Beautiful little shot, this. I love this shot. All the allotments. When I was young, they had loads of allotments. We used to have brick fights over them. And everyone had their own little lot where they could, plant their own vegetables back in the day. Still got them around now, but the council are like really ultra Nazi, and it's all, like what it's like now, and everyone's a fucking communist spy. That's why I don't like to go. That's why I don't like to go out. Nobody else likes to go out either, because they're all fucking communist spies everywhere. It's horrible. And I'm not doing anger when they try to fight me. So look at the size of that antenna. It was there then in the 1970s as well, built on this same location. But the Crystal Palace is unfortunately gone. This is like the perfect crime year. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to work out what happened in this case. So, okay, the whole building's made of glass and metal, and it miraculously burns down. Okay, that can happen. Okay, it happened in, I guess, in Nagasaki. But look, the guy who lit the fire, he left the petrol thing there, where he doused all of the building, and it's like, there's the crime scene. It's like, fuck me. Did you miss that? Or maybe I should just draw it to your attention, like a fucking 100 years later. I know it's something else as well. Do you know these towers? They're either side of the Crystal Palace, and I think they're like Tesla towers, and they were running everything in that building, I think. So yeah, the building itself looks like a bomber's hit it. I can't believe the fire would make the walls look like pitted and all ruined like that. The dome sort of looks like it's survived a bit there, but I'm guessing they demolished it a little bit later. So yeah, 1930, that was it, the end of the Great Exposition. But they'd moved it. Apparently it was elsewhere. Apparently they took it all down, rebuilt it. Yeah, I got loads of photographs to show that's an anomalous subject. I don't think that happened. So yeah, I wonder how the statue got blackened all the way over here. It's really weird. But yeah, there's the officials. Gonna have a look how much insurance they got covered, because it was insured for how much? 12 billion. Fucking brilliant. Nice one. It was losing money. It was old stuff. Nobody gave a shit anymore. They were going into the modern era. The motor car, nobody wanted to bother. So the insurance was worth a lot more. This is usually always the case with these big buildings being burnt down, as we all know. Because it's always about the dollar, as you all know. So they are cool little fire engines. I'm guessing they were pumping the water out of where? Over that bridge. There's water there. So out of the river. And look at that, got a little bunko booth there with an Aries on top. So yeah, I think it was an all-wheel building. I'm not sure it was actually moved. The other images of where it was previously are just engravings. But yeah, look at that. It's not as high as you'd think. There's one of these exactly the same I've seen in Dallas. They say it was like from like Edwardian era, but it looks exactly the same. And there's other ones as well. But yeah, imagine all them panes of glass. I think it was something like 100,000, something along those lines. And them towers, there's something going on with them. Perfect landing platforms for balloons as well, isn't they, in the old world? So they had stupid shit in there, dinosaurs, fucking dinosaurs, and other stupid shit as well. But lovely tropical plants do beautiful because it's like a big greenhouse. They had full-size oak trees in there. I always wonder about what they built it around an oak tree. Or did the oak tree actually grow in there because it's been there that long? So a nice old World War II blind playing with some Edwardian ladies. See, Edwardians, right? That was only like 130 years ago. We know fucking nothing. How can it be possible we know nothing of just such a, well, because they die. And the controllers give us the fake narrative, controlled, censored information so that we don't get onto the real information and find out that there's free energy just for one. And where would they put the meters if we all had free energy, eh? Well, they're using it. It's all a psyop. They're probably burning fucking electric off, not creating it. Probably got too much. But Britain, we got the most expensive utility bills in the world. Electric and gas are higher than anywhere else in the West. Fucking ridiculous. And during Rona, fuck me, they ramped it up like 80%. Couldn't even stay warm in the middle of winter. Fucking impossible. Just pouring the money in the gas trying to stay warm. Ridiculous. Bastards. We used to have coal fires when I was young, see? And then in my old house years ago, if we was out of coal or running out of coal because we had coal fire, I used to go for the woods. I used to fucking go and sort of, well, no, just pick up a couple of logs and carry them back on my shoulder. Take a couple of journeys. We'd have enough woods on the back to last like a fucking week of good, like, it spits a bit, to be honest. You've got a perfect guard in front of it. But free fucking fuel. They won't let you have a coal fire now. Fucking central heating or nothing. Anyway, it's not about me. I can still call them wankers and feel happy about it, guys, because they basically fucking are. Okay? Wankers. So here's a steer. This is Port for Rome, ancient world, and these are the remains in 1870. To me, it looks like it's not long after the occasion. So apparently there's Etna's apparently erupting on the north side. It usually does. I won't worry too much about it because it's a long way away. And it's not going to affect the Venice flat earthers trippage, which is going to be epic, by the way. Loads of flat earthers going. So yeah, this is the Roman style of brick. As you can see, they used concrete. Concrete, isn't that an interesting name? The Condecretians. Has volcanic dust in it, which gives it this quality that it can be laid underwater, and that there's a lot of gypsum in it, so it lasts like fucking infinitely long, which is why there's so many of this old world architecture still around in the modern day. So you can see the classical world is called the Romans, but to me, it's all the same. You know, the Greeks, well, that was apparently, according to something that I read once, a colloquial term for anyone in Eastern Europe. Okay, so in the old maps of Italy, Sicily and the southern bits of the boot of Italy were occupied by Greeks and Spartans, and Rome only occupied, you know, small. And there was the Etruscans further north. You know, this is when Rome was apparently young. So it's just a mishmash of, you know, this, you know, so you can't really say it's one culture or another because they all had exactly the same gods, exactly the same mosaics, exactly the same shit. So yeah, I've been quite near to you in a place called Città, which is Port for Rome in the modern day. And they had some really ancient buildings there. They had a castle that was built and designed by Michelangelo, apparently. Which I found was, no, Da Vinci. It was designed by Da Vinci. keep mixing it too up. You look, all batteries, Baghdad batteries. See, that's another psyop. Antikythera device. Oh yeah, it's so advanced. Fuck off. We were way beyond that. Baghdad batteries. Look how advanced the ancients were. Oh, they had a battery out of a fucking jam pot. No, we were like super advanced. They're just like sort of telling us that we're not, you know, that advanced, just this advanced. Whatever you say. You're the boss. So that's another thing, isn't it? You know, Stockholm syndrome, you know, just the controllers do what they do to humanity. And then you just take their bullshit from them and say, oh, thank you very much. Fuck off. No, I'm not doing it. No. Never get to an answer that way because it's designed not to, all of it. Because it's the official fucking narrative, isn't it? So there's a load of fragments of the Roman world, apparently 2,000 years old. But there they are, sat there, 1870, like they were put there yesterday. And what a nice shiny floor too. That's a really shiny floor. Oh shit, what's going on here? So a little mag up on what it says. Mosaic pavement. Well, it's been smashed. Okay, we can see the mosaics. Oh no, it's overgrown. It's overgrown with shit. And splattered. Rooney. It says 1843 on there. That can't be the date because, oh, excuse me. Oh, fucking hell. That's my AI. Okay. It can't be 1843 because I just got a magpie just land right on my window looking at me. Ah. Fed him this morning. He likes me. He wants more food. How come that is not full of mud? I don't know. It sort of suggests that it might be after. But yeah, something smashed his fucking thing to fucking death, didn't it? You can't hear my magpie, can you? Bring love today. Who said that? Be craft. Yeah, man. That's what's going to happen. It's because the world is based on fear at the moment. Everyone's just like, you know, in the film Demolition Man, where Wesley Snipes goes to like the future and he gets all his gangster buddies to come to the future. He says, oh, don't worry about the future. They're all fucking sissies. Well, that's where we are now. You know, the world of fucking sissies. Victim, victim, victim. Instead of everyone just like standing up in their own sovereignty, realizing that they're all powerful beings, that they're magical beings, that they can do anything in this place, unlimited imagination, unlimited dreams can become reality. Bingo. The world is literally your fucking oyster, guys. They don't say you ever fuck up. You just got to know it and not limit your imagination. So that's what it looked like in antiquity. We have seen this statue of Colossus before. It was at the gates on other images, but it looks a bit Staffordy, doesn't it? I have almost 700 people watching. So do you reckon you could definitely share this out and get a more diverse crowd over? Because what are people doing on a Tuesday night, really? And this is like juice monger. Oh, that's lovely, that green stuff. It's if you're wondering, it's vitamin water, apple and elderberry. Oh god, it tastes fucking good. It was so good. Ugh. So yeah, more of excuse me, Ostia. So yeah, they're crazy, aren't they? These Phoenician, Roman mosaics. Somebody's sitting there with loads and loads of tiles, piecing them together. Craziness. What's that? Looks like ovens. Nah, I'm joking. It is from the time of the Emperor Claudius. Okay. Claudius. I used to watch that years ago. It was a television series with Derek Jacobs back in the day. And it was pretty good as well. Claudius. There was a lot of intrigue. It was like Sherlock Holmes in ancient Rome, is what it was. So, yeah, our language derived from Latin. Latin's weird, but you can see a lot of our language in Latin and also our phonetics, I should say. But the language that we speak today, the English, you know, it's sort of come out of the King James Bible as recent as that. We were all like in Britain, obscure different dialects. You could be in one county, go to the next, and not understand what anyone was fucking saying, guys. Because, you know, it's like that today. You know, I go up to other northern cities, they can't understand me, I can't understand them, and we're fucking both British. It's the weirdest thing. They're like that. Sorry, or whatever accent. You know, what did you say? Fucking hell. I thought that was perfect English. Check these out, guys. Wonder why the mouth's open like that. Like, they're growling, aren't they? Ooh, she lost her head. So yeah, this is where they brought the ships in. So imagine the cargoes they had in the classical era, probably the same as what they have now. Well, they had an Amazon delivery service, that's for sure. Oh, that stuff is underground, yeah. See, like I explained, if you watched my post last night, it's good if you could watch my last couple of posts, because this is part of an ongoing investigation and saga, as I've explained, and there will be more to come on it, like in the next few weeks, which is why it's a good idea to subscribe to my Amiga channel. Yeah, it looks a bit mud flooded, grass on top. So yeah, the ancients, they basically, because of old maps and etc., they worked out that this place had been reset, and I do believe that they went about protecting themselves accordingly. The architecture, some of it is just bulletproof. They just knew. So I collected some images of the week. I haven't had too much time. I've been doing a lot this week, guys, as I'm sure you can understand, being fat of British. That face, the Crimson King, I don't know what it is. It's got a lizard tongue. It's Bacchus. It's got grapes going on. I don't know. I think it's a contemporary painting. David Bowie had two different color eyes, didn't he? Some saying he was putting acid, like LSD, blotters on his eyes. I don't think that. Hiya, Didge. James Latimer, good to see you, my friend. So yeah, he's got an eye there. Well, that is representation of the all-seeing eye, I guess, but it's on a bit of a slant. Yeah, I'm on the internet, so you got to have eyes in your ass. I got eyes in the back of my head. Mr. C, Spillery, possessed Jeebus. Your own personal Jeebus. So why have the churches and the old buildings got these on? They're not really bad windows, are they? To keep things out or to keep things in. I literally think that these bits are part of the circuitry of the building. Probably even the windows themselves are not to probably keep ancient thieves out, but more part of the circuitry that would have been a cathode or a cathedral or a church. Seen so many of them when I was in the Czech Republic. I was like, what the fuck? They're all barring their windows up. But it does. It looks like, you know, the Colosseum in Rome. In the 1700s, they reported to like remove, I don't know, 100 tons of metal, iron, that was going around the whole perimeter of it. It was a device, somewhere along the lines of a seal machine, I should imagine. So, heart-shaped maps. Only a second, it's a blurred map. I'll get a better one now. Now, years ago, there was a guy, and he comes in my chat now, and his name's Rudy, and Randy Cochran. And Randy is a heart-shaped map man. And he says, and he's always said for 10 years now, that the Earth is actually heart-shaped. Have you noticed that the word Earth is almost heart? Have you noticed that? And I know the word year is in the word Earth, but honestly, the word Earth is almost heart. I'm just wondering if there's a clue that it may be along the lines of a harp-shaped Earth. Harp-shaped map. Not shaped Earth like fucking harp globe. I'm fucking saying that. Harp-shaped map in an azimuth like a distant frame of mind, sort of thing. I think I like harp-shaped maps, and I did when he used to go on about them. I was like, yeah, because it's like love, isn't it? A heart, you know. So I was like, yeah. There's another one. So loads of these old projections. Look at this land at the bottom that comes all the way up, warm, no snow or brown, and it comes up to what? Fucking Tropic of Capricorn. Cancer, Tropic of Cancer, comes up to the equator here. So Antarctica doesn't come up to the equator. So I don't know what this is. And this one as well, which I really love, shows you the Hyperborean. 4 lands in the middle. What do you think? Heart-shaped maps. Who even knows? I like them anyway. So yeah, going year first next July. This July coming, so next month. It's a big flat Earth meet. We're going to meet in this square, and we're doing like a flat Earth flash mob. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It was nothing to do with dancing or anything. I think it might be to do with flat Earth banners, but it'd be a good video opportunity. And I'm going to really love the architecture. I went there once before when I was in the merch, but that was Georgia, which is right across the bay. I'd rather be funny as fuck over being good looking any day, but it's lucky I'm both in it. I don't know where that even come from. So yeah, this is not insulting to women. I noticed there's a lot of like fucking people who just waltz around the internet thinking they can talk to women like shit. It's absolutely bonkers. No, I wouldn't do that in my life. I don't know why they do it online. It's just fucking really weird. So yeah, disrespect for women in the past seemed to be a thing. It's like, this is Butlin's knobbly knee competition, or Miss Nice Legs, we'll say, okay? But we don't want to know what your face looks like. Cover it over with a brown paper bag. Stick a bag over her head, mate. It's like, oh, fucking hell. Nice legs. Shame about the boat race. It's bad, isn't it? This is apparently, okay, this is apparently a brilliant cure for a migraine. No, I've just spent the last 2 days with fucking thumping headache, of swimming headache from that. I think it was the wind in my ear because I got a hole in my ear, which is why I can't stick my head underwater. And because my literally, if I stick my head underwater, my whole head fills up with fucking water. And I go like that with my head, and I can just hear like waves in there because I haven't got a brain. This is a cure for migraine. If you ever want to try that at home, stick a piss pot on your head and let somebody bang it with a sledgehammer. I tell you what, it hurts so much. It's like, psst, what? Don't talk to me here. What about later, Mr. President? It's like, don't talk to me in front of people. Everybody knows what's going on, Mr. President. Isn't it weird? Yeah, I wondered if he actually went with her before. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Huh? I got a foot long for you. What do you think? I don't know. But anything, do you think Marilyn Monroe's death was something to do with the fact that Jack was having a go? Your debutante? Oh, Lauren Bacall. I really like Lauren Bacall. So there she is. She gets to Hollywood. She's fresh. She's young. She wants to be a Hollywood starlet. And Howard Hughes hasn't got his dirty hands. Well, he won't. He'll have plastic gloves on because he's a germ freak. But haven't got his hands all over her with rubber hands. And her name was Betty McCall. And then, like, Weinstein of the time said, oh, no, Betty, that's not going to catch. Lauren Bacall. And you know what? I think that guy knew about marketing because I think that works better than Betty. Do you think Lauren Bacall works better than Betty McCall? It's like, Betty McCall? Of course, she dipped off into antiquity. Nobody give a fuck. But Lauren Bacall, oh my God, fucking hell. So this is an early Skylab sort of image of a astronaut, and she's a chick, but she hasn't got that spunky hair flying around. Why is it that on the ISS, all the women have like that witch woman that never really come back or whatever? You know what I'm on about. The one who got a massive, I was going to say, facial thing. It is perfectly normal. Now, I appreciate benefit of the doubt, guys, right? That she got a tight, curly fucking perm going on. But really, the back should be sticking up and all of that because she's in a zero-G environment. But no, it didn't happen years ago because none of it's happening ever anyway. Check this little bit of cute Tartarian tech. It's a little train, and it's being pulled by what? I think it's steam-powered. There were steam-powered trains, but this could be gas. I don't even know. An anomalous fuel source. Okay, I think they probably bring this back. There's something going on with the guillotine. I was thinking about it. You know, just the whole point of, you know, decapitation. It's more than ritual. I think it does something to the robot, you know, because we are robots after all, aren't we? You know, biomechanical, self-healing robots. Yeah. In Tron, in a game, in a crazy fucking game, which I'm really into. Oh my God, look, little piles of heads there, heads of states. They said they wanted head, but that's not what they got. And then little piles of heads. So that's what they did in the French Revolution. And they were doing it up to the 60s. Is they were chopping people's fucking heads off. But it's better than hanging. Hanging sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, what a way to carry on in a reality. I can't believe they actually do this shit. And the fact that the powers that can just execute people, death sentences, I can't even get my head around that. It's like they just like, but that's it. We're not sovereign, are we? They own us. They own your children. They can take your children away if they so wish. They can, you know, do anything with you. They can throw you in a cell and throw the cell away. They did it to Tommy Robson, didn't they? Fucking hell. They didn't only lock him up, and that was just for fucking journalism and free speech. They didn't only lock him up. They fucking threw away the room, emptied the fucking wing. Just insane stuff just to keep the fucking truth down, man. So if smoking marijuana causes short-term memory loss, what does smoking marijuana do? Is that a Mexican word? Never said that in Britain. So yeah, here's another one of those cities that float around. You can see it in an old German engraving, but you can see it sparking, isn't it? Like antiquity. Can you still do that, Matty? What, Eric? Can I still do what? I got a fucking short-term memory loss from smoking. Oh, look, they got little hands on there as well. Well, that's a nice touch, isn't it? So yeah, the Phoenicians, Jesus Christ, I got so many depictions of the Phoenicians. They wear these same garments that are just loosely fitting, look wet, and just hanging on them. She's got super weapons. She's got all of this is ripped off, you know. This is fucking Captain America's shield, as we can all see. And this guy here, the devil, you can see he's riding on a globe. And you can see this looks like maybe Italy and this may be Greece. But that's when it all started 500 years ago, didn't it, with all that bullshit? So, hey-ho. So there's another thing, okay? So imagine this, right? This woman, she's going for a job interview in Eastern Europe during the Cold War, yeah? So they haven't actually seen, like, real women before, outside of, like, old communist clothing. And there's like, this is for actually being a secretary as well. So like, take the clothes off. And every one of them are sat cross-legged. It was just too much for him. She's like, oh my God, dear. He's like, no, I haven't got an erection. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Oh, look at that smiley tree. It looks like me. That tree looks like me. It looks a bit like an alien grey as well. It's lovely, that tree. Thank you, Rachel Osman. Incurable romantic seeks dirty, filthy whore. Is that the truth? It might be the truth. Probably is the truth. Miracles start to happen when you give as much energy to your dreams as you do to your fears. And that's what I've been saying all along. Those wise words they are, but yeah, man. So yeah, all of them wasted thoughts on what if this happens and what if that happens, and bullshit, wank and fuck. You don't have to do all of that. You can give your energy to your dreams and make them manifest into a fantastical reality that you want, shared by everybody. Terence McKenna, no wonder they fucking killed him. He knew a thing or two, didn't he? Nature loves courage. Now, I've been explaining this, how the universe is a really kind thing and loves you. But if you're unkind and you've got other intent, it smacks you in the face. You make a commitment and nature will respond to that commitment by removing impossible obstacles. Dream the impossible dream and the world will not grind you under. It will lift you up. This is the trick. This is what all these teachers and philosophers who really counted, who really touched the alchemical gold, this is what they understood. This is the shamanic dance of the waterfall. This is how magic is done, by hurling yourself into the abyss and discovering a feather bed. Because that's how kind this place is. You just got to see it. And that's what I see. This is unusual. This was in Time magazine 5 years ago. What are they trying to tell us in this Time magazine cover of 2021 November? Okay, during Rona. Okay, when we were all locked in at that period. Well, I wasn't. So, thunder and lightning, rain and hail. Last call. Okay, Biden, he's gone. A cardboard cutout queen, even though she wasn't even dead at that period. What the fuck? Don't know who he is. Don't know who he is. Greta, a load of weird people in the background, and possibly Hillary, I'm not even sure. Blah, blah, blah. What? Blah, blah, blah. And COP26, I don't even know. And an absent Chinese prime minister. And a cardboard cutout queen. What are they exactly trying to tell us? The whole paradigm is about to change dramatically, is what they're fucking telling us, guys. Like, we won't even recognize it, and it's out of our control. It's going to happen. I wouldn't resist if I was you. I'd find it like the Tartarians, when they devised a faction for survival, and then they created an exodus and a murder flotilla out the fucking way of this craziness. And they found it. They went there because it's there. They go there. Watch the film In Time with Justin Timberlake, man. There's like an entire civilization don't know about another entire elite civilization just quite close by. They just don't know anything about it because they're not permitted to. It's Shell Beach. They're not permitted to get there. So, yeah, religion, absolutely. They're trying to, this is their last little hurrah of trying to grab the human consciousness, isn't it, religion? But it's like, it's so archaic and bollocks. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? It's all like sucky. It's all miserable, grief and fucking good morning. Fuck on now. Happy fucking days. Jeez. Anyway, check this. This is a Phoenician painting on a wall from ancient times, guys, and you can see something weird going on with the serpent head. Have you ever seen the film Beowulf? Yeah? Well, Beowulf was the most popular book of the first millennium AD. More popular than the Bible. And no, hardly anyone had it. So, and it's set in Denmark, and honestly, it's got dragons, it's got magicians, it's got mermaids as well, and like it's all fucking happening and normal 1,000 years ago or 1,500 years ago when Beowulf was supposed to be happening. But yeah, check the headgear. It doesn't look like a Tesla tower or anything, does it? Mad, isn't it? I got a helicopter right over my flipping head. I wonder if he feels horny. I bet he does. This is the happy house. We're happy here in the happy house. Love Beowulf. I only watched it last night, Gareth. I've seen it before, but yeah, really bloody good film. I've run out of films to watch. I'm watching all the old ones now again. Steve McQueen, Bullet, best film ever. Love Steve McQueen. I watched a documentary on how they killed him. He's dead. Avoid people who mess with your head. Intentionally and repeatedly do and say things that they know upset you. Expect you to prioritize them, but refuse to prioritize you. Me. Can't and won't apologize sincerely because they don't do anything wrong, and act like a victim, me, when confronted with their abusive behavior. If any of you poor souls are in the neck of the woods, Democrats of any narcissists, get the fuck away from them for your own survival. Furries have been around a while, apparently. Furries have been around since at least the 1960s. They're really scary, aren't they, the furries? There's some sort of homosexual thing as well, I believe. I don't know. So yeah, I'm hoping to go on a gondola. That would be fantastic. So yeah, I'm hoping a lot of the flat earthers make the effort. It's not that expensive. If you wanted to get a ticket and you're in Britain, get on Kiwi or fucking Sky Scanner, honestly, and they're dirt cheap. You can get there for like a ton. The tickets I'll show you in a minute. You got contact Albino or a ton. It includes going to the top of the tower. We're going to be doing tests, flat Earth. There's presentations for me and other famous flat earthers who I don't really know, and a meal, posh meal, and all that. And we're doing stuff the next day. Anyway, it's a big itinerary anyway planned. So for the flat earthers, it's all going to be because it's Venice, isn't it? So it's dead fucking posh. So I'm guessing that we have proper pizza, Italian coffee. Oh yeah. So let's have a think about Sleeping Beauty or Rip Van Winkle or populations of people or people just falling a fucking sleep for long periods of time. How would you even know if that happened, right? That everyone was asleep for a long time and then they just fanny up the calendars, fanny up the time and the watches and everything else. And then like years could have elapsed. Rip Van Winkle, that happens. Even Brigadoon. You ever seen a film Brigadoon? Fucking years have elapsed. It's like actually that's like a land that only appears every so often, Brigadoon. But I really love that film. Yeah, I love that film. Armies just put to sleep. They're not killed. They're just sleeping. They've fallen asleep with a sleepy spell, like Sleeping Beauty. It's okay. All was good in the end. So Mahavalapur in India has rock temples, and I showed some of these on my community page this week. They're all absolutely incredible. This is like a temple on a rock with a thing built on it, and they're all rocks, and it looks like it's been obliterated. Look at this. These are proper early as well. That looks like a Nordic longhouse style. One dude there, everything grown over, nobody's been there for time immemorial, man. Look at that boulder. Size of that. What the fuck put it there? You're telling me that boulder's there from glaciation, or was there a big blast somewhere that landed all this shit? Boo, boo, boo. Look, there's buildings in it. Temples. It's just mind-boggling, that picture. There's a little tiny fella there. It's mad, isn't it? Glacial deposit, my ass. Oh, I love Indian culture. I always have, really. I find it super. Oh, I'm glad these are not too rude. Some of their bas reliefs are all really rude. So, can't do that anymore. YouTube. It's both fun. Look at this. It's got a fucking big, massive boulder on top. And that. It just boggles the mind, doesn't it? So what the fuck is this place? Makes no sense. Oh, look at that. He's buried in the mud. The elephant's buried in the mud. Imagine how deep that goes. His trunk's buried in the mud, guys. See that? Yeah, man. These are resonation chambers. It's just a technology ever decreasing. They're doing nesting. That stuff is Tartarian sciences. Oh, look at this pyramid nested structure. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the Temple of the Seashore. It's on the seashore. Ooh, original thinking. That's what I like. It's like when somebody discovered Greenland and was covered in ice and said, "Oh, I know, we'll call it Greenland." I got a feeling it was green then, though. I got all this icy things recent. Look, it looks like there's a fasces right through the middle of it. Oh, cool. Cool antiquitech, isn't it? So somebody put that all together in antiquity. A nice bit of antiquitech. So here's the classics on there. And the bas reliefs and facades, mermen, exactly like in Beowulf. And there, yeah, these characters, these Phoenician characters, are all over that Beowulf film. No, you see it. Anyway, so yeah, the devil or a demon, he's got all of these vicars and stuff. Oh no, they don't seem to be chained up. They're just praying for somebody else that's chained up. You know. Yeah, this place is purgatory. Got to get it right, haven't you? I think there's God and a creator of some sort. I really do. Even if it is a game and Tron and a Matrix and all of that, I still think there's really benevolent force behind it all. I think it maybe the Tartarians reaching out though. It's a sneaky feeling I got. You know, like the orphan trains in vain and all of these things that have happened. You know, entire civilization got a fucking race, guys. It's not just a country. It's entire civilization, the entire plane. This place was fucking epic. We had everything. Look what they replaced it with. Fucking hell. I'm not sure what's going on here. It might be King Solomon losing his shit again. But he only chopped up the one baby, or threatened to, or suggested it, maybe. But there's loads going on there. Antiquity, such fun. Ooh. Again, antiquity, such fun. I think that's the Garden of Eden, the alternative Garden of Eden. So, yeah, religion is batshit crazy, isn't it? Let's have a look at it. My mother used to say to me, "Oh, Matt, don't ever read the Bible. Everyone who reads that goes fucking nuts." I was like, "No, I already noticed that, man. They'll go nutty at you all the time." So you're like, okay. So, yeah, we're going to be standing in that square next. Oh, shit. Is that St. Marcos? I think it is. Fucking fingers now. Oh, no, over there under that tower. I'm going to do some stuff. Right, stuff's going to be brilliant. So, nice little mud flood proof here under Adam's family. Adam's family as well. Oh. Anyway, so yeah, when they dug out the road in front of their building, there was another front door and another set of windows from when this here was street level. And then later on, that mud flood that I mentioned, the Phoenicians did take out the last remnants of Tartaria just before the Exodus, the last bits that got the fuck out of Dodge, which is a jolly good idea, especially if you know they're going to. And that's, you know, the resets happening in different places, not all in one go. The flood, I mean. This was a building that was in Cardiff Docks when I was a kid, and it was based on a ship. I think it was actually floating. I'm not actually sure, but it was the Merchant Marine Church. I just showed you a picture of the inside of it, where the sailors, many thousands of them, would go into here, do a little pray before they go back off to sea. And they knocked it down. It's not there in the modern day, unfortunately. It was right there by the docks and by there. And now this is called Rolled Out Plaza. There's not a spit of water in sight and a loads of arty-farty them fucking stuff. Fucking horrible. I think I might have I think we should throw a heterosexual month. Celebrate. Should we? So these are golden Saxon gold that were found in Wiltshire and apparently 1600 years old. And the Saxons apparently came here and they buried 90% of their gold, which is all still down there. And it's Phoenician, isn't it? This is apparently the Saxons from Saxony, you know, Germany. But yeah, they're really groovy stuff, didn't they? Beautiful technology to make this as well. Gold, the secrets of gold. Fucking fantastical. This is an interesting image. This is the rebuilding of the Tartarian city after it was destroyed after the Boxer Rebellion. So the Boxer Rebellion, the Tartarian city was destroyed and they're rebuilding it here. This is a ginormous building I've shown many times in photographs. And look, up ramps and a giant tunnel underneath. So yeah, the Boxer Rebellion was a bitch, wasn't it? Cultural Revolution was a bitch too. I bet they've had another recent one, but they're not telling us about it. So let's have a look what Lady Di done when she was a little kid. So there's Lady Di, a normal human being, apparently not a boy. And there's a brother, Earl Spencer, as you know, that one was at the funeral. With Elton John singing Candle in the Fucking Wind. Oh my God. I went to work, missed the whole thing. It was brilliant. And They were like me because my father was a skipper and used to bring unbelievable amounts of alcohol home with him. My mother had a very expansive bar. So every time my mother fuck off out clubbing, me and my sister and a boyfriend or whoever was around, we used to get pissed. I can guarantee you these were having a snifty of the old alcohol and whatever else was going around. So yeah, she ended up fucking brown bread. She did. I wonder if they're watching like human telly. You know, I bet you they're like, oh, it's fucking David Attenborough or some natural history knob. I bet you any money. They're not watching Coronation Street or normal people stuff. I love Spike Milligan. I really, really love Spike Milligan. There are holes in the sky where the rain gets in, but they're ever so small, and that's why the rain is so thin. Because he knows it's a dome. Absolutely. I read a book of his life, P.S. I Love You. I'm like, no, that was the Peter Sellers book. Oh, what was it? Anyway, it was the story of when he met a ballerina in World War II, fell in love with her. And it's the same story as what my grandfather did, apparently. So the Rosicrucians, they have super long hair. And the real reason why hair is so powerful is because its key mineral found in hair is silica, which is one of the main compositions of quartz crystal. It acts like an antenna that is able to transmit and receive frequency. So your hair is a very vital bit of the human communication kit. And that's why they all had long hair in the past. That's why they want you to cut your hair. The dodgy shopkeeper who sold me singles. So yeah, I had this when I was a kid. He would sell you single cigarettes and 10p bag of sweets, which would have like bubble gum and stuff in it, and a separate cigarette. But they would also sell you glue sniffing kits. Shh, they would say under the counter. Don't tell your mum. So I'm not sure what's going on with Elvis here and Muhammad Ali. Maybe we just came. Maybe I know what his eyes. It's like not what you're thinking. So I don't know. He just walked in and he was like, "There, I just don't know what's going on, Elf." You know. I like girls. We know. Really young. We know. There he is on heroin. Off his fucking temp. But he was tortured to shit by the Memphis Mafia and that crazy ass boss. He wanted to go to Europe and meet Welsh people. But of course, he looked Welsh to me. But they wouldn't let him. He had to stay in his room in Las Vegas, fucking eating fucking burgers, listening to them, telling him what to do all day long. His life, even though he was the king, yeah, and best ever, his life must have been shit. Fucking what a prison. Even all our money, he couldn't do what the fuck he wanted. He couldn't go where he wanted. Unbelievable. Really. Life in a gilded cage, eh? And that is when your dreams come true and you can't undo them. Yeah? He lived the dream, didn't he, guys? He did it all. And the biggest thing in the world was Elvis. Come on, he changed every fucking thing. Everything. The world wasn't ready for Elvis. So sad that he went. So I agree with this as well. Ozzy Osbourne, right? I'm telling you now, right? Ozzy Osbourne paid a gig in America only 2 fucking weeks ago. He's not miming. He sounds fantastic. God help us. He's not going to die. He's going to come back for more. He's doing the last Black Sabbath this summer in Villa Park. But look at this. Lemmy's like, well, it ain't my fault, mate. I didn't make the fucking flyer. How is Ozzy Osbourne above Motorhead? I would find that really insulting, actually. I'd be like, "Oh, come on, he's like, "I'll come on to fucking Motorhead. I should be above Motorhead. I'm Ozzy Osbourne. I'm the Prince of fucking Darkness, yo." Says Mo Saxon goals. But that is wrong. I know Lemmy's like the best, he's brilliant. Lemmy's brilliant. Love Lemmy. God rest his soul, but fucking hell. He's not more famous than Ozzy. They look like bits of continental glass or glass from a foreign place here, inlaid, but it was all in the mud. 1600 years old. I don't know what that is. Might be a tough pick. Might be for getting ear wax out or something else. Ooh, look at that. So yeah, it'd be nice if I found a nice stash of gold, but then if you told them, they take it all off you. So you can't, because you'd be like, oh, that was my land, that's my goal, fuck off. You don't even get tiny fraction of finder's rights. I keep stum anyway. Fucking melt it all down. Jet off to Amsterdam. They love a bit of gold. So this is in London. Got some images coming up of London, which are really nice right now. I've got nearly 700 people watching. Thank you for being here. Did you like my video? If you did, I'm not going to be staying that much longer because my head is hurting and I'm spinning. Save the placement restaurants, Venice. Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, see these? They go on in Glastonbury. They're like the tops of churches. They're all over antiquity. You sit under one of them and it charges you up, man. They're fucking brilliant, Ethertech. Designed by the Ethereans at some stage. This is, I'm thinking, Mabalach, but it might not be. But look how lovely it was. No vandalism, no smelly junkies, no fucking anything. It's just really clean, lovely world. No rubbish. God, I hate litter. But look at this fucking shit show. So they don't know about left and right. They don't have left-hand traffic and right-hand traffic. It's every man for himself. And then they all have problems. That's another thing I don't see too much of nowadays. Traffic jams, not like it used to be. So a shit ton less people around, guys, than they used to be. So yeah, that's Westminster Bridge, is it? Ooh. Or London Bridge. It got sold to the Americans, took them down, sold to the Americans, and now it stands over a river in Arizona land for some reason. Oh, that's a beautiful photo. Let's have a look at that. Of London. It's like a movie set, isn't it, guys? Everyone hat on, everyone dressed in black, everyone saying good morning, shit in it. I think the war's going. Don't know, I'll have to check the newspaper to see what the government are telling us. Hope we're winning the war this time. Oh, I'm sure we are. Our boys never lose. We are the British Empire. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure somebody's suffering. Better check the newspapers anyway. Yeah. Better check what the weather's doing as well. Yeah. Because I can't look up in the sky. It's too difficult. I know, you've got to read about it instead. I don't know. Weather apps. Drive you mental. It's all bollocks. They said, oh, it's going to piss down today. And then it's a fucking beautiful sunny day. Just making shit up. Weather app. Oh, look at this fucking nasty ass place. This is the Houses of Parliament, where the British government reign from. It's massive. Have you seen it? That fucking palace. Woohoo! Woohoo! Go, babes! Woohoo! What? Squirrel Sniper? Great live stream. Oh, do you know Chris Squirrel? Oh, he's a fucking awesome human being. We'll talk about him in a minute. I'm going to get some people to go over and see him. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I could talk to Chris for ages. Super cool guy. Oh. Tries hard. And I like people who try hard and are persistent, even when it doesn't seem like it's working out. I'm sure it's going to. So, yeah, the racing track around Crystal Palace, look, before it burnt down. And these towers, definitely for balloons or something. They're just crazy. I can't believe they were observation towers. Why would you have two? You know, the expense. Oh, we didn't have one, tower to look at. Oh, we had two. 50 fucking 100 foot that way for a slightly different view. That just makes no sense. So, yeah, this is Victoria Station back in the day. Oh, it hasn't changed that much, I can assure you. Not this bit, anyway. So, yeah, that is a bus station in nowadays to get your bus in Victoria. They used to do a lovely kebab on the corner there in Victoria. I used to eat regularly. So, yeah, mud flood. You can see the classical world there. This is in Temple of Artemis in Turkey. And as you can see, it's all got buried in mud. Glorious, glorious mud. Okay, so as you can see, Planeti X, that means flat Earth, I think, in Italian. This is observation, FE observation tech. No, guys, this has been 5 years in the planning, okay? The first time was supposed to be a Tartarian convention. COVID happened. Then there was another second COVID lockdown after the second time. Fucking Italy went weird. We couldn't do it. And it is then we were going to do one earlier in the year. And then all our weirdness happened with Antarctica and all the fucking turncoats. Yeah. So we just held our breath, kept back. And then this is happening now. My friend Albino has got it together. He's really like well known in flat Earth in Italy. He's like the Eric Dubay of Italy, and he answers all the questions for the media and stuff. And so, yeah, 12th to the 13th, there's plenty of flat earthers have written to me. There's somebody traveling actually from Australia that wrote to me as well. Kia, I think, who is going as well. Loads of people going. So, yeah. And there's some of the videos. There's Albino presenting about Nikola Tesla. So it's like all the stuff we do, guys, but obviously in the Italian language. And calling out Carl Sagan for sticks in the fucking sand, which is super annoying, especially if you know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah. The link for this is below in the descriptions box. If hippies can be so kind to link that up, I don't mind. So yeah, the itinerary's on there. It's over 2 days, including lots of stuff. You have to read the link. I can't actually see that because it's too fucking small. Oh yeah, there'll be a flash mob in Samago Square. I'm not actually on a Sunday. There'll be a long distance observation sessions, and then going to the bell tower, having munchies and all Italian stuff. Okay, so I went on here last night. Now, I've been watching Chris for years and years and years. He's got 1,300 subscribers. That's Chris. And he's just an awesome human being. He really is a beautiful human being. I observe human beings, yeah, and I can't find any anything wrong with this guy. Okay, he's just really awesome. So yeah, he's in the description box below. I did a chat with him last night talking about some of my personal experiences and some of the weird stuff. Yeah, watch it and I'll tell you about when I got molested by dentists. You want to find out about that? I'll tell you about it in this video. Yeah, man, true story. So touched up by dentists. So I didn't go to the dentist then for the next 20 years. I was like, going in there again. They touch you in a weird way. So 700 of you. Okay. Thank you for being here today. This has been my flat a day comeback sort of thing. So do you like my image? A Cheshire cat? It's happy, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? So make sure gelato. Oh, I love gelato. Visit Poland. I've been there twice. I love Poland. I've been to I've been to Szczecin and Gdansk. And that was in the days of Lech Wałęsa and Solidarity back in the day when it was socialist. That was. It's lots of communist countries back in the day. So get tickets for Venice. There are 100 euros for the whole weekend. So you have to read it. I'm not good at business things. Alva Billy, fabulous stream. TJ, thanks for everybody who's gave us supers, and thanks to Tartarian Truth coming over and give us supers. That's pretty cool. And Krim and Rachel Osborne. Oh, feeling the love, man. I'm liking the seat. Yeah, man. Thanks, Squirrel, for everything, bruv. Szczecin and Gdansk, yes, man. And Lech Wałęsa was obviously from Gdansk, and there was all solidarity posters up and all of that was going on. It was quite exciting, actually, to see all that going. And I'm Estonian, yeah, so they welcomed me with open arms. And I was with Polish crew, and oh man, I can't tell you the times I had there. Unbelievable. I was a rich man. I swapped like $60 for like 150,000 zlotys, and the vodka was like 20 zlotys. I thought, I'm going to die of alcohol poisoning. But I ate and drank in the best hotels you could imagine on like fuck all, just craziness on our money. Sam, Clay Pigeon, but yeah, fantastic time in Poland. Whew. They're beautiful. Some of the most beautifulest women in the world. Marcel, Enrique, and TJ. Let me move up the box a bit. So yeah, if you like this video and find it informative, the saga is indeed going to continue very soon. Like this week, there's going to be more, and we're going to look in for the flat a day as well. So make sure to subscribe, come back, because this is where it's happening on YouTube right now, guys. Okay, and I shitteth you not. That is what's going on. That's how we roll. Okay, we wiggly flat thumb like that. Q tracks. Oh my god, I think I was. That's a profound statement. I don't know what context it is, but yeah, wow. So, clay pigeon. And, oh, Sam gave me a flim. Oh, what's up, G? Miss you. Thanks, Sam Bella. Sam Bella. Ooh. Anyway, I just read that out for you. And Rachel, and Mr. C, and Free Soul Hippie. Oh, did I miss somebody there? Well, if I missed you, just stick your name in chat. Now, Jeffrey Bailey's there as well, and I'll give you all a big... Yeah, it's really cool, Nora. You love Poland. And their prime minister, he's shit up, man. He's fucking brilliant. He don't have none of that stupid shit going on. His country's awesome. And the Polish people, awesome. Yeah. Dziękuję. Dziękuję to you all. Yeah. Poland, Poland, Poland. I mean that. I was engaged to marry a fucking Polish girl once. Tonya. Fucking hell. Don't talk about that. Bora, Michael, Lisa, good to see you. True story. Brad, that Rachel Osborne, good to see you. Sweetness. Scott, thanks for wording me up. Right, let's see what she'll say. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm all done very shortly. So make sure to share this out. Make sure to do all the groovy YouTube things. Yay! And it's all good things happening. Okay, it's all love and good things. Live without fear. And join a Flat Earth British gang where we just hang out and we just be cool people, man. That's it. We're just doing this. Being groovy. Love the suntan. I've got a suntan, have I? I think it might be the light. Yeah, it is a bit of a suntan. It hasn't been sunny for weeks. It's wearing off, but I'm going to be like Leatherman. Just change into a leather handbag. Okay, Sharon Clark. Damn it, I'm late. Well, you have to watch it from the back, Sharon. And if there are loads of adverts in there, it's YouTube doing it. I take them out. I don't want them to make me look like I'm fucking greedy. Ow. Oh, sorry. And so I'll do that as soon as I get off this vlog. It's the first thing I do when I finish. It's such a pain in the ass. You've got to wait for it to upload before you can do it as well. So there's that. Okay. Yeah, I feel good about today's video. I felt that was a really enjoyable experience. I enjoyed bringing it to you, and there's plenty more to come as well. Very excited about all of that to come. Episode 2 will be epic. There's a 3 and a 4 as well. And more. And other stuff in between, because I do like to break pattern and do other stuff. Okay. So there'll be that. Whatever takes my fancy. But this story, it's got me. It's exciting. I'm on the edge of my fucking seat, is what I am. And I can't wait to bring it to you. Okay. I'm going to cry. Pay for YouTube, Ultimate, no commercials. No, I'm not going to be doing that. If I could work for YouTube, they should give it to me. Fucking hell. Did you do? They're my bosses. Puff and Puff Mary. Bramwell. Thank you, man. It's a nice name, Bramwell, isn't it? They remind me of Bramwell cakes, Bramwell tarts. Thank you, Judy. Oh, thank you as well. Okay, I got to get going because my head's like literally zinging. I get Polish pole dancers. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's loads of that going on. Okay, I got to get going. Yeah, commercials are no good, but like I got to put one in there or something because basically that's how I eat. So there's that. So many blessings. 21. Stay strong. Okay. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll be back very soon. Thank you for being so awesome and being all loving and groovy. I really appreciate that because, you know, YouTube can be a sucky place, can't it? And it's like a nice bastion of people being groovy and fucking adults. Yeah, it's really good. So there's that. Okay, I'm going. Okay, I got 500-600 people. I'm not actually doing anything either. Okay, I'm just gonna eke out the last couple of seconds, see what's going on in chat. It's coming up to 3 hours. Hang on, 7:30. No, 8, 9, 10. 2 hours. I've been talking 2 hours. That's it. I'm done. Ciao, ciao. Ciao bambino, bellissimo bambino. I'm not really good at Italian or French, really. I have to practice, brush up. Mon ami, amour, all important words. The French are not really good at music, I've noticed. No, I was noticed today, it's like, well, if it wasn't for Plastic Bertrand, what have the French ever produced in the way of music? Sacha fucking Distel? Fucking hell. Oh, I know. Maurice fucking Chevalier. Thank heavens for little girls. Yeah, so fucking French. I kind of, oh, no, Jean-Michel Jarre. I do like Jean-Michel Jarre. He's French. Jean-Michel Jarre, that's it. I can't think of any other good French musicians. Can you? Ciao Bella. Ciao Bello. Okay, I got that one. I'll remember that one. Ciao Bello. Ciao Bello. Arrivederci. Bon appetit. Mon ami. And whatever that word is. Okay, I gotta go. Stay epic. I'll see you soon, guys. I've been live on Facebook as well today, so any Facebookies, thank you for being here as well. And I'll be back very soon to continue the juice. Make sure to subscribe and like if you did. I'd be really appreciative. And thanks everyone for those supers. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, see you soon. Love you all.